everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I am here to share with you a request that I got. I posted a video yesterday and I had shown these dogs that I was sewing, and I had a request from someone and said that they wanted to see more about the dogs. So these are little Dachshund dogs. Trying to see if you can see it good in the video. I'm using my phone again because I'm on the area of my table where I do my sewing. One area I do my stamping and crafting, the other side I do my sewing. So a little bit of a different angle here. So these are really cute little Dachshund, and let me see if I can show you. See, he has a cute little tail. Cute he is, and they're stuffed and they're sewn. So this was fabric I had in my stash, and this is a great way to use up some of the fabric you have. This one I loved with the flags on it, so this will go really nice on my couch in my living room, which is where it's going to be heading after I'm done with the video. So that was one of them that I made. Put him over there. And then here was another one, and it's funny how they're kind of almost the same color. Isn't that weird? There's a cute little faces, and I mean they're pretty big. Let me measure. About, well, to the end of his nose, he's about 18 inches long. And they're just so cute, and they're just so simple to make. So I just want to share with you how to make them. Real simple. Now, there is a website you can go to, and you can get the pattern from. And the website is Sewspire. And, oops, sorry. Dory was like, what are you doing here? So it's SEWSPIRE.com. And she has a video there, so she kind of goes into more detail than what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to do a quick video here. But you can download the pattern. Now the pattern will be, you print it off on 3 separate sheets, okay? So then all I did was tape them together. So part of it will be the head, part will be the body, and then part will be the tail. And then there's another additional piece of the tail that you'll stick on here. So I just printed it off right from there. And then there's also a pattern for the ears, which, you know, if you know Dachshunds, they kind of have long ears. So so you'll cut 2 of these, 2 of the ears, and you'll cut 2 of the dogs. Now she recommended taking the paper pattern and tracing and cutting it out of a piece of fabric and keeping your fabric as your pattern. But the paper does well for me, and I just use my scissors. So you will need a pair of scissors. Now I do recommend, being that I do paper crafts, these are my sewing scissors. So any of you that sew already, you will know that if you cut paper with scissors, when you go to try to cut fabric with them, they just lose their sharpness. So you want to keep a special pair of scissors just for your sewing, and then you can keep a pair of scissors that are just for paper crafts. So, because once you cut paper with them, you know, they kind of lose their sharpness. And then, of course, you're going to need some pins, and you're going to need some Poly-Fil stuffing. So I just lay this out on my fabric, okay, and I cut 2. So you need 2 of the bodies and 2 of the ears. Okay, so here we are. I kind of did this in stages for you. So here's the ears, and I cut 2 of them. Now when you go to sew them, you're going to sew them right sides together and leave yourself a little opening here at the bottom where you're going to end up sewing this, and you'll turn it inside out. Once you turn your ear inside out, then you want to go ahead and press it with an iron, okay, because you want to make it flat. And then you're going to top stitch all the way around. So I'm not sure if you can see on the ear here. So it's all top stitched all around. And then that's where the part where you sewed it together and you left your little opening, you'll just tuck those ends in there when you go to iron it. And when you top stitch, you're just going to sew all around it. Okay, once you go right sides out. Okay, so then you're also going to cut 2 of your dogs. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put right sides together, and then you're going to pin it. But when you go up here to the top of the head, you're going to take your ear that you've already, let's just pretend that we've already sewn this right side out. you're going to take the head part, and right up here where it kind of has that little round part, you're going to take your ears, and of course they'll be right side out, and you're going to put them in and sandwich them in between, and then you will pin, you know, across that. So when you go to sew this together, your ears are already going to be in there, okay? But you do want to be careful when you're sewing this, because the ears are going to hang longer than, you know, than of course the head, because the ears are big and floppy. So you want to make sure you don't end up getting, you know, your stitches caught down in the bottom here, okay? So this will be sewn, this will be right side out, okay? You'll be stitched around, and then you'll pin it to there. Then you'll go ahead and pin the rest of your body. Now make sure you leave about, oh, I would say about maybe 2.5 or 3 inches. I did it down here on the belly. See right down here? I left a part so that that will get stitched together, because you need a part, you need to turn it right side out. Okay. So I hope that all makes sense. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you sew, you're kind of like, yeah, we know all that. So, okay, so after you sew your dog, here you go. You have this, and I have this opening down here, and you want to turn it right side out. Now, this is going to take you a little bit of time, because the part that takes the longest is this long tail, because you have to turn all of this right side out. And I'm kind of sticking my finger in there. I have this little thing that I use. This is when you're going to put elastic through something. I like this because it has a rounded edge. You don't want to use anything that has a pokey edge, because then you can, you know, rip your seams. So there's the little feet, and I do recommend starting at the back end and then working your way to the front. So like I said, this is going to take a little bit of time to do because of this very, very long tail. But I just use this and stick this in here and just kind of work my way. I throw a movie on Netflix or something, or, you know, watch some YouTube videos while I do this, and just, you'll turn the whole thing right side out. Okay, and once you're done with that, then of course all you have left to do is to stuff it. So you'll just use a nice, I use Poly-Fil. I bought like a huge box of it right through Amazon. It was really inexpensive. It was maybe about 20 bucks, but it's a huge box. I don't even know. It's 5 pounds. And it was like funny, because when I cut it, I usually just buy the bags, but I'm like, well, it was cheaper to buy this big box, because then, you know, if I'm making whatever I'm making, I have enough of it, and it was cheaper to buy it, you know, in a bigger quantity. But it reminded me of like the Christmas tree, because when I cut the plastic inside the box, it just like woof, ballooned out. It was like a big flowering of fluff. So it was fun. So that's all you do. And then once you have it all stuffed to the firmness that you like, again, I use this little tool too to stick the fiberfill up on his tail and whatnot. And all you're going to do is put your two pieces together and just do a little whip stitch down on the bottom, and then you can decorate it however you want. I just had some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's like a lacy kind of stuff, and I just kind of kept it plain. If you wish, you can go ahead and do some embroidery and make a nose, or, you know, put eyes on it, or, you know, decorate it however you want. You know, this one I pretty much did the same thing. I put a little bit of bling with a little bit of you know, gold sequins on there, and that's pretty much it. That's the cute little Dachshund dogs. Now, oh, sorry. Oh my goodness, I apologize. It's been a long day. It's hot. Now, what she did on her video, which was cool, she took a whole bunch of pieces of fabric that she had left over, and she sewed them all together and kind of made, it was like, when she laid her pattern on, it was all patchwork of the fabric. So that's a great way. Like, I know when I'm doing these, I have, looking for my pieces, I don't see them right here, but I have all kind of pieces left over. It's a good way to use up all of your scraps. You could sew it into, you know, pieces big enough that you can lay your pattern down on, and then when you sew it together, it'll be like really cool. Or, you know, if you have, like, say, an old t-shirt or an old shirt of somebody's that you want to repurpose, you can go ahead and, you know, as long as it's as long as the shirt is big enough, or piece it together to lay the pattern on, you can go ahead and do that and make it like a memory kind of dog. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do with it. You can make them Christmas dogs, you can keep them plain and then, you know, make little hats or decorate them up, or, you know, I mean, I think they're cute. I really think they're cute, and I want to thank, we'll go back to the pattern. Put my little dog there. Sospire.com. You'll want to go and check out her blog. She has a blog and her YouTube channel, and she has a lot of patterns and things on there, and she says that they're absolutely free. Just, you know, I want to give her credit, you know, because she provided all this for us. So anyhow, I hope that helps with you know, showing you how to put these cute little dogs together. And I hope you go ahead and make your own dog too. And they're just super cute. I think they'd be great gifts for kids, or if it's a way to use up your scrap fabric and maybe you can donate them to organizations, or, you know, things like that, just to kind of show your support to your area and your neighborhood. But I'd love to hear if you make them, and leave a comment down below if you like this. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because if you have friends that sew, they might want to make themselves some of these cute little dogs for themselves too. So alright everyone, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.